As I was walking down the corridor towards her bedroom, I came across Robert, who was pacing up and down the corridor talking to someone in the bathroom. I turned and went back down the stairs.
But weren't you with Michael when he discovered his ex-wife's body?
Yes, I bumped into him on my way back to the stairs after seeing Robert. He was looking for Quentin. He was wrestling with the door of the room Quentin was using. He seemed quite frantic, so I lent a hand. We both pushed the door and there she was, my sister.
On the floor?
Yes. She'd been slumped against the door. Her weight had been holding it shut.
Did anyone else join you at the scene of the crime?
Yes, Rebecca and Robert were there first, I think. It's difficult to say, it's all a bit muddled. Then Matthew came running, then I called for an ambulance and the police.
What about Quentin in all of this?
He came upstairs soon after. He hadn't known that anything was wrong. He'd been downstairs all the time.
Well, that's cleared one thing up. There's no sisterly love to keep the two of them together. Let's see Rebecca now. The daughter. The daughter who's in love. I imagine you are very upset by what has happened to your mother.
It happened so quickly. 1 minute a Christmas celebration, then...
Yes. How did you get to the island?
Robert picked me up from work, and we got here about 6:30. We booked in, I went to the annex, straight to my room, and stayed there until it was time for dinner. Robert... I don't know what Robert was doing. We had a bit of a row on the way here, you see.
I understand there was also a bit of a row at the dining table.
Yes, there was.
Can you tell me about it?
It was my fault, I suppose. Quentin had been horrible to me. Not very horrible for Quentin, that is, but I got upset, and Daddy was very angry with me. It was all so silly, the same as always. Quentin being horrible, Mother being angry, and me getting upset.
So, who was the first to leave?
Mother.
And who was she talking to before she left the table?
She sort of went round us all, tore us all off a strip, even her boyfriend, and then picked on the next victim.
What did she say to your father?
Oh, the age-old piece about how he'd wasted his time on charity work, and how it never solved anything, and then how he would never find anyone else who would have him.
And did this get to him?
Naturally! I mean, I could tell she was gloating, really happy, as if she was certain about his fate, or she'd seen into his future or something.
Did anyone intervene?
Quentin did. Not very effectively, but he tried. He started asking Auntie Michelle what she had been up to and doing with her spare time. Michelle began to answer, and then Mummy started jeering at her and saying, "What have you been doing?" and calling her Little Michelle. It was awful, it really was.
But what happened then?
Quentin threw in his money's worth, telling her to go steady or to ease off or something, and Mummy exploded, calling him ungrateful and a waste of time and money, and then she stormed out.
And you left the room as well?
Yes. I was very upset, and I went upstairs to the bathroom.
Why not to your bedroom?
I wasn't feeling very well.
And you were in there until they found your mother?
Yes.
Did you speak to Robert while you were in there?
Oh, I didn't realise
It's just he was heard hammering on the door and telling someone to unlock it.
Yes, he was quite angry because he was worried. He shouted, "Open the bloody door. We have to sort this out."
Did you open the door?
No, but he calmed down and was whispering through the door. And then I heard Daddy yell, and I came out, and we went there together.
So what was your argument about?
It's a very personal thing.
Yeah, and this is a very serious incident.
It's just that I just discovered I'm pregnant.
Ah. So you're pregnant. Tell me, what was Robert's reaction? Was Robert angry about this?
No, Robert was really pleased, overjoyed.
Is it you that doesn't want the baby?
I want the baby, of course I do. It's not that. It was an accident and...
And?
It's Mother, her reaction. She overheard me ringing the surgery for the results. She was furious. a really violent reaction. She said that she was going to make me get rid of it, and then she was going to get rid of Robert, and that I was a slut.
Another one with an axe to grind, and the daughter too. So, let's meet the father. Brandon, Mr. Robert Brandon.
That's right, yeah.
On the afternoon in question, what time did you arrive at the hotel?
That'll be about 6:30. I picked Becky up from the bank that was just after 5:30. And we came back to the village because I had to give a quote for a faulty transmission to one of my cousins there. Yeah, we got to the island about 6:30, I'd say. Becky went and had to lie down because she was tired.
And what did you do?
Well, what'd you do? I picked up a magazine for a bit. Then I went out to the drive, tinkered around with the car, that's right. Becky's dad came out. He asked if I could check the battery on his car because the radio wasn't working. I said, I didn't have the right stuff for me to do a test, but I said I'd get it done sharpish. Then he went back into the annex to look for Melanie, and I carried on tinkering till dinner.
And tell me about dinner. What happened?
Oh, God, it was terrible. You know, just the usual with these people. Lots of noise, shouting, crying. They're just horrible to each other. Or family. I mean, I know I'm biased, but I'm convinced they pick on Becky. Just seem to explode out of nothing. It can be the smallest of things with Becky, but they should know how upset she gets.
So, how did the argument actually start?
Well, like I said, it was just niggly little things. Brother Quentin was a complete brat. I thought the prison might have altered him, but there he was, turning the screw on poor Becky. From there it just got bigger, it just kind of snowballed. People stormed out. After Becky had gone, I went to look for her.
Where was she?
She's in bathroom upstairs.
And you went straight there?
Yeah, I was worried about her. She was upset.
How did you know she would be there?
Well, I looked in her room first. She wasn't there, so I tried the bathroom.
You were heard shouting, "Open this bloody door, let's sort this out once and for all."
Yeah, she locked herself in.
It's quite an aggressive thing to do, isn't it? Shouting at someone you're concerned about.
Well,
isn't it?
I guess I was wrong. Wound up, the arguing, the shouting and all that. You don't know what it's been like. It's not been an easy time for me, getting Becky pregnant, her mother's reaction. I've tried to do my best by Becky, and that woman...
Yeah. Tell me, did Becky open the door?
Only after Mr. Martin started shouting. There was this big crash, which was Michelle kicking the door in, then lots of screaming.
Did you see Mrs. Martin at all when you were searching for Becky?
No, the door to the bedroom was closed when I went past.
But surely she would have been in her sitting room, or her own bedroom, rather than one of the other bedrooms.
Yeah, I suppose so.
So, why did you say that the door to the bedroom was shut?
Well, that's where they found her. I reckon she must have been in there when I went past.
Your information, we've got a much better idea as to who the murderer is. Although, I have to say that we've got to make it stick. We have to make a case that will stand up in court. I've been asked to see Matthew again, so if you've got your paper and pencil, we'll go back to the library. Mr. Falcon, you wanted to see me. You have something to add to your statement, I believe.
Yes, I have. I didn't quite tell you the truth before, not the full truth.
So, what was missing?
I said that I left the table and went to talk with Melanie in her sitting room, but that's not true.
What is the truth, then?
I went upstairs and I heard Melanie shut the door to her sitting room very firmly, but then I went to the bedroom.
So, you didn't speak to her?
No, she was infuriated. She's a formidable woman at the best of times, but when she is like that, well, watch out.
Did you stay in the bedroom?
No.
What did you do?
Something wrong, something very wrong, something I regret.
What?
I heard her go out of the sitting room, into another room.
Which room?
The room where Quentin is staying. I went into the sitting room and took some money from her drawer, then went back to the bedroom.
Is there a reason why you took the money?
This is really difficult to explain. I've known Melanie for a couple of years now. She's very generous, but she's very cold, unemotional, detached. She never introduced me to her family until now. Quite honestly, I see why. I've never met them before. She's like a dictator. She treats her children like dirt. No wonder they seem a little strange. Then I see how she treats Michelle, and I think, oh,
What do you think?
I think this woman is a monster, and I want to get away, and the sooner the better.
That's a very quick and dramatic decision.
Inspector, look at me. I'm still a young man, and I like to think attractive to women much younger than Melanie. I just had to get away.
I know you had a previous conviction for fraud.
Well, that was a long time ago. I know it was wrong, but I know that taking this money was wrong. But I was scared, and I wanted to get away quickly. When I was going from the bedroom to the sitting room, I saw Robert, and you know what? I heard him shouting. He was shouting at the door of Quentin's room.
Melanie?
Yes. Open this door. We have to bloody sort this out. Or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Are you sure about this? You've misled me before.
No, this is the truth, I promise you.
Did the door open?
I don't know. Remember, I was getting from the sitting room back to the bedroom without being noticed.
And was there anyone in the corridor after that?
No. But just after I returned to the bedroom, I did hear footsteps. First the shouting started, and then the screaming.
Right, well, thank you for coming back to me. And I have to ask you, is there anything else you need to tell me, or is that it?
No, that's it. I assure you, that's it.
Now, was that for my benefit or for his? He seems genuine enough. I think we should see Robert again. Now, Robert, a couple of things have cropped up since our earlier chat.
Yeah? Like what?
Well, there seems to be a discrepancy in your story.
In like what?
Well, some things don't agree. I have reason to believe that your earlier story isn't completely true. We have a witness who says that you were hammering on the door of the bedroom, not the bathroom, as you claimed in your previous account. Is this true?
Well, yeah, but that doesn't prove anything.
Who did you think was inside?
Don't know.
Did you think it was Rebecca?
I don't know.
So, you go around shouting aggressively at anyone, do you?
It was Melanie.
How do you know?
I saw her go in. I tried to speak to her, but she just ignored me. Nothing new there.
And what did you want to sort out?
Oh, the whole thing. The way she treats Becky. The way she treats me. The way she feels about the baby. I've been trying to talk to Becky, who locked herself in the bathroom, but she wasn't answering because she got so upset. And then I got worked up and I went to find Melanie. It was the second locked door in as many minutes, and I just went haywire. I started hitting the door and shouting. It's not like me, honest, it's not. It's not like me.
Well, how did Melanie respond to this?
She did. There was a lot of shuffling before I shouted, and then it all went quiet. The moment I'd done it, I regretted it, so I went back to try and talk to Becky. Like I told you before, she didn't say anything for ages. They can be really, really awkward sods, these Martins.
How long were you there for?
She didn't say a word for 10 minutes or so.
Nothing at all.
No, I heard her opening the window and having a wash, but it was probably 10 minutes before she said anything to me. Then she told me how sorry she was for running off, and how she should have got used to her mother by now, and how it was all going to be different when we're married. Then the commotion started, and we went to see what was going on.
Rebecca as well?
Yeah, she heard her dad shouting, and she was off like a shot.
So, why did you lie?
I didn't want you to think that it was me that had done it. I didn't think anyone had seen me. So I thought, it was a bit of a white lie. Becky heard me for all but a minute or so. She'll tell you it wasn't me.